joining me on this dreary Monday, I guess, but not too cold outside, so we'll be good to go. So we're going to review the Anna game, preview the Bluffton game, who we will play Friday. As you know, the game will be in Walpock at 7 o'clock. We are the home team again, so that's good. We'll preview the Bluffton game, and then I'm going to talk about our staff this week. As the I guess I've been going over all the different people that have helped us, and sometimes you forget the closest ones to you. And so I'm going to talk about our staff a little bit, and then I'm going to give props to Balin Blockberger, and I have just a little thing that we kind of developed over the years, a saying that we have, and it was in full display on Friday night, which was awesome. So I'll talk about that here a little bit later. But backing up to the Anna game, so Anna finishes the season at 10-4. So congratulations, congrats to them. Their losses, 2 to us, 1 to Marion, 1 Minster. So those are the 4, three top teams in the league this year. So we won the toss, and we got everything like we wanted with the win. We kicked it in the end zone, but Anna put together a great drive and took it right down and scored. And after that, we did a really good job the rest of the game until the end of the fourth quarter when our young guys were in and they broke off a couple long runs. But I'm not sure how much adjusting we did, but probably more than anything, just getting caught up back to the speed of a good team and how things operate against a good team. And we made a couple mistakes on gap assignments, and when you do that, they tend to get you. So they got us, and then the weather forecast was supposedly not the rain at all, and it kind of missed it almost the whole game, which wasn't a huge factor, but the wind certainly was. So after that, we had a good 6-8 play drive, and we got it rolling. I think we scored every drive except maybe the end of the game. So we felt really good about that. Once again, probably I'm not sure when the last time we had 330 yards rushing, but several guys with several carries. We played it. We did a little wildcat, which wildcat means that you're running, one of your running backs is the quarterback. With the conditions that we had, and we had practiced it all week, but we hadn't planned on using it quite as much as we did. But Cody Depwig ended up with 4 touchdowns and 120 yards rushing, and Miles got his 50, 60, and Bay got 60, 70 and a couple touchdowns, and Braxton Taylor once again came in and had, I think 6 carries for 90 yards. So those guys did a great job running the ball, and Bay was 5 for 6, 6 for 7, and the one incomplete was a throwaway. And so we were really efficient. We're really proud of our guys. With the conditions, we had no turnovers. So on the year, and we had a fumble recovery and an interception. So +2 on the turnover battle, and for the year we are +16, and that's really good. So we're happy with that. 1.5 per game to the positive. So the score ended up, I don't even know what the score ended up, 40. Maybe 48, 45 to 21, and it was 45 to 7 at one point. So we felt good about how things went. So we're moving on, and we're going to play at Walpock. Like I said, we're going to play Bluffton. Bluffton is 13-1. Their only loss is to Columbus Grove, who is 14-0. And that's Columbus Grove is Division 7, and they have a good, obviously a really tough matchup with Marion. So those two are 14-0, and us and Bluffton are 13-1. And so as we watch Bluffton on film, just a good solid team all the way around. Offensively, they have a young sophomore quarterback who's a good dual threat. He can run and throws it good enough. They got 2-3 good, couple good backs, and then a couple receivers that are pretty pretty quick and fast, so they do a good job. And the O-line are not a bunch of big guys, but they got a little bit, probably a little bit bigger than what we have or Anna has. So it's a good matchup up front, and so we'll see if we can get them stopped offensively. And then defensively, they play a 3-4 defense, which we see a lot of during the year. Marion is a 3-4, and St. Henry's a 3-4. And so several teams we played are three-man fronts, as they say. We have not seen a lot of blitzes, which you never know. They have our Marion tape, and so you never know exactly what you're going to see. So we'll put together a plan, and we'll do the best we can, and see if we can't bring home a victory. And we say on the top of the scouting report, so this is for a trip to the ship, as we say. And so our guys are feeling good, they're healthy, and we're going to have a good week of practice. Anytime you get a practice on Thanksgiving is a good thing. And so we're going to do that at 9 o'clock on Thursday. So if anybody wants to come out and take a peek, former players, parents, whatever, whoever, if you want to come and enjoy a Thursday practice with us and see how we operate on Thursdays, you're welcome to do that. Like I said, we're going to start at 9 o'clock, preferably on the game field, and the weather will dictate whether we're on the game field, practice field, or even possibly in the gym if the weather's really bad. So support staff, and I'm calling it support staff, but it's really not the support staff, but it is the staff. So I want to talk about our coaches. Sometimes, like I said right at the beginning, sometimes we take for granted, I guess, the people that are closest to us, and I want to give these guys props, as I say, because they do just such a great job. So Mark Brunn, so I'm going to go in chronological order. So I'm the old guy at 64. Mark is 10 younger than me. Actually 20 younger than me. I'm sorry. He's a 44, and I think he just turned 45. Zach Sudoff, Dan Kenny, Joe Hewer, Corey Klinke, and Nick Hawk is our new addition this year, and he's volunteered all year and doing a really good job. Nick was a really good player at Parkway for several years, and as I'm sitting here with Mike Spriggs, he played college ball at Ohio Northern with Noah Miller, who is Mike's grandson. So there's a good tie in there, and so Nick's been a good addition for us. But so qualities, the first 3 or 4 things that came to my mind with these guys, football-wise, just the knowledge that they all have at the positions that they coach, and getting ready. We met last night from about 8 to 9:30 on Sunday night to kind of put together a plan and just talk about things and kick around things and try to get on the same page so we can get the players all on the same page and be ready to play on Friday. So the football knowledge, but that's not the most important thing. The other 3 things: dependability. These guys are obviously, they show up every day. They're teachers. They're great parents and husbands, and so that dependability is awesome. They're positive with our players. We're positive with each other, and just good positive guys that are teachers and really enjoy things. And then they're fun to work with. We have a lot of fun with our players, with each other. And so it's a interesting group, all the way from 60. I'm 64, and all the way down to Nick, who's I think 20, probably 23, 24, something close to that. And everybody else is kind of in between. Not to mention all of them, the dependability and the work ethic when you have children and you're teaching, and there's a lot goes on. But between all of us, Mark has, I had 4 kids. Of course, kids are gone and grown. But the rest of them, their kids are all right there with them. So Mark has 4 boys. Zach has 4 boys and 2 daughters. Dan has 3 boys and a daughter. Joe has 4 boys. Corey has 4 daughters and a son. And Nick is getting married next spring. So Nick does not have children. So that's a bunch of kids that we enjoy and spend time with when we're not here coaching. So I want to thank those guys because man, it's fun, and they're Coldwater guys, and hopefully they're not going anywhere, and we can keep this positive program moving forward as the years go on. So kudos to those guys. Thanks, fellas. And then finally, I mentioned that I was going to give props to Bay Blockberger. He had one of his best games, even though we only threw the ball 6 times. Just running the show in the weather, getting everyone organized. So we have a saying that I kind of came up with, and I call it PAT, P-A-T. When we talk about quarterback qualities, these 3 really, really important. And so the P is for poise, in which he was great last week with the weather conditions and them blitzing and bringing guys from all over the place, and some of those passes he scrambled and made plays and had some really good runs, and you could just tell he was at ease and say, okay, I can handle all this. More than any other game, I think maybe since I've coached here, we checked more plays. In other words, we have one play called and we either flip the play, that just means it goes the opposite way, or even possibly change the play. And so he did a really good job with that, and a lot of that has to do with poise. And of course, his dad and grandpa were coaches, and so he gets a lot of that good from the time he was probably 2 years old, throwing the ball around and learning how to play. The A is accuracy, and so Bay is at, I think, 72% on the year now. And so that's great. And then the T is touch, right? And so everybody wants to talk about how far you can throw it and how hard you can throw it and this and that. But more importantly, can you throw it to the guy you want to throw it to with some touch on it? Sometimes you do have to fire it, but other times it takes touch. And so he's got all those things. And then, of course, as the couple of years have gone on now, he's become a much better runner. So the running is a bonus when you have a quarterback who can run the ball. It just adds an extra dimension. When you can count on him to run, you get an extra blocker all the time. So all those things, the mental part of it, and like I said, the PAT part of it. So kudos, congratulations, Bay, on I think he was the district player of the year at quarterback. He was an all league selection, and so proud of Bay, and good work, Bay. So Friday night at Wapak versus Bluffton, both teams 13-1.